Hey, what's up? My name is Bolo, spelled B-O-L-O. I'm a Latino DJ based out of San Diego. First generation Chicano here in the States, very fortunate to be here. And growing up, we were always having the bodas, the quinceañeras, and all the family functions. And I always kind of gravitated towards the one family DJ we would always book for all of our fiestas and stuff. And I would say my style kind of got created when I was in college, because that's when like house music was really, really popping. But I did notice that none of the DJs at our school were really doing like reggaeton, open format, hip hop and stuff like that. And so I kind of saw like there was a need for it, which is kind of how I would say I was able to kind of create my style, which is ended up being a fusion of reggaeton, salsa, stuff like that, some hip hop sounds into the more modern tech house sounds. And I think over time, I kind of was able to lean into that sound a little bit more, explore different genres you could fuse, and it kind of became, I would say, my signature sound, so to speak. Yeah, I think it was pretty clear early on that there was almost like a lack of representation for Latino artists on a lot of these festival lineups, DJs, I should say. But it was really cool, and I'm very fortunate because early on I was able to get a lot of support from my fellow Latino community. And I think it really just, opened the door and kind of showed others that there is a lot of room, that there's enough room for everyone. There's room for more representation on these festival lineups, on doing all these club shows and stuff like that. And so I was super fortunate. I'm very proud of my culture, the community we have, and I'm just able to kind of help guide and set a path for others to kind of follow along and chase their dreams as well.
And you coming down to San Diego, how did that really like shape your career and what you're doing now?
Originally, I grew up in the Napa Valley up in Northern California, Bay Area. And it was amazing. I think it helped shape my sound because I think the Chicano culture is a lot stronger out here compared to what it was when I was growing up. And so it kind of just like helped spark a whole new love for our culture, our community. The biggest thing about San Diego that I noticed really early on when I first moved out here is the presence of community, which I thought was super, super cool. Not just the Chicano community, but also in the dance community. There was little small underground events, little underground raves going on because this was around the time of COVID. And so when I got here, it was really cool to immediately be able to make friends that are also in the space, get support early on from a bunch of other people, whether it came to bookings, supporting the style of music that we were playing. And that was just the biggest thing that I felt like was really not new to me, but it was very welcoming when I moved to San Diego was the sense of community out here.
And what would you give, like any advice that you would give to people who are just starting out, especially people like in the Latino community that are really trying to have, more representation and like our voices be heard?
Don't be afraid to use your voice. There's a community that's growing every single day. And I think there's strength in numbers. Now that we do have a community, our voice is it's even louder now. And so don't be afraid to stay true to yourself, follow what you love, and the right people will hear what you have to say.
Playing EDC this weekend, which
Yes.
is a huge, huge event, and you should be so proud to be able to be on the lineup with so many big people. How did it feel like when you started booking bigger and bigger festivals, and what is next for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's still surreal to me to this day. I would say every time my manager or our agent gives us a call saying, hey, this festival just reached out, you want to lock it in, it just blows my mind because, I mean, just a couple years ago, we were over here doing like super small bars down here in downtown San Diego. And so now being able to play on one of the biggest stages in the world, like EDC, for example, I'm super honored. I'm super grateful. I'm excited that nowadays there is a lot more representation of Latinos on the lineups, which is super big blessing. And it's just a step in the right direction. Like I said, our community is growing every single day, and I'm just excited to be able to be someone to represent the community.
Is there anything like any other big festival that you have like on your bucket list that you want to do?
Yes. After this year, Coachella's for sure on my bucket list. I've been a few times. It's always a great time, but I don't know what it was. I think because I didn't go this year, I got a lot of FOMO, and so I'm hoping that we could line up a Coachella place sometime soon. This year, we're doing a lot of amazing festivals. EDC, we're doing Baja Beach Fest down in Rosarito. We're doing Hard Summer over in LA, which has always been one of my favorite festivals. So a lot of exciting stuff planned for this year. We're starting to do our own bigger headline shows as well. So we're doing a big show in LA later this year. And then we're trying to start introducing some block parties, bring that around here to San Diego, up to the Bay, over to the East Coast. And so, yeah, I'm just grateful more than anything to be able to have this platform and be able to kind of, showcase some of our culture. So we started our record label, Vibrasa Records, early last year, 2025. It's been growing slowly but surely. I think stuff on the Bolo side of the project has been moving really well, and so we kind of put most of our focus in that. But more than anything, I think when we did start the label, the vision is to try to create a platform and just help younger Latino artists amplify their voice, because it is a very, very intimidating industry. Like we said, there's not too much representation, or there wasn't back at that time. And so if I was able to kind of create a platform or provide an outlet for people to access some of the resources that we have now, I was happy to do so. And that was kind of the vision behind Vibrasa Records, just to kind of amplify and showcase all of the cool young Latino talent, because again, there's a lot of room for representation. The community is always growing, and the dance scene could use more representation, and that was always the vision with Vibrasa Records.